Now, we turn our attention to a family of proteins called FibroBlast growth factor. This important protein factor has anti-aging and healing specialists taking notice for its role in improved health. We spoke with clinical nutritionist Dr. Stephen Petrosino. He believes FGF may hold a key to unlocking healing for a range of symptoms, from joint pain and poor quality hair, skin, and nails, to poor sleep, low energy, low libido, and even depression.
Fibroblast growth factor is essentially a factor that directs and orchestrates some of the development of undifferentiated stem cells. And stem cells are what are called pluripotent cells. They essentially can become anything. A stem cell doesn't know if it's going to become part of the liver or part of the eye or part of the muscle in your arm. But at one point there are directions that are given to that undifferentiated stem cell, and that stem cell then differentiates into that particular organ or tissue. And so fibroblast growth factor, or FGF, plays a role in the direction of those undifferentiated stem cells into becoming what they ultimately will become. One of the reasons we believe that fibroblast growth factor is beneficial in areas of damage is that when fibroblast growth factor can direct the development of stem cells to repair tissue, that helps with repair of damage that occurs perhaps in the brain, in the heart, or other parts of body tissues. Fibroblast growth factor is present in areas of the body where there's damage, and they're involved in the healing process and also in the importance of stem cells.
Research on FGF began over 80 years ago when it was discovered to exist in a surprisingly common whole food source.
Dr. Davidson was a renowned medical doctor that practiced in Canada from the late 1920s into the 1940s. And his research was done primarily with fertilized eggs. And he actually found a process by which an extract of the white of a fertilized hen's egg was freeze-dried, and he used that extract to treat patients with cancer and was finding remarkable success. About 50 years later, other researchers in Norway found by serendipity this research and added to it, and the end result is the product we know as laminine. There was a seminal or early study that was done on fibroblast growth factor, or FGF, that was published in the Journal of Science way back in, I believe, 1962. And that particular study showed that fibroblast growth factor concentrates in areas of the body that are have undergone damage. That study looked at areas of the brain and found that where there was damage, like a stroke, fibroblast growth factor would concentrate in the area of the damage to assist in the repair.
Looking for the latest information on breast cancer, diabetes, healthy diets, or a new hip? Now you can go online at AmericanHealthJournal.com. Thousands of videos straight from doctors.
In what year did dietary supplements first come on the U.S. market? The answer is B. The first recorded instance of dietary supplements can be traced back to the year 1938, when the Federal Food and Drug and Cosmetic Act came into existence. With their creation came also the acknowledgement of the vitamin, mineral, and certain other characteristics of food. Welcome back to the American Health Journal. We now take a close look at a supplement called laminine that aims to deliver a combination of amino acids and fibroblast growth factor. Physicians tell us this combination may work as an adaptogen in the body, which may assist patients suffering from a variety of ailments. We spoke with Dr. Kim Jabrowski and Bernard Schauda and others involved in the research and development of whole food supplements.
Well, laminine is a unique product. First of all, it takes the fertilized avian egg right at the specific stage before it creates a full-blown chicken, if you will. All of the life essence, all the ingredients necessary to create life are at their highest point at a particular stage. Laminine extracts part of that in conjunction with a marine protein and a plant protein that synergistically work together to have an unbelievable effect on the body.
We've been in the business, in the supplements business for the past 12 years. We've had some success at it. We've had hundreds of products out in the market. But as someone who is in the supplements business, we are always on the lookout or on a search for that one perfect supplement that we could, that encompasses all the health benefits, whether it's in one capsule or in one tablet. We have discovered a unique ingredient back in 2003, which was made of fertilized egg extract.
We have a product that is actually manufactured in Southern California here. It's produced by a GMP lab, Good Manufacturing Practices, which are overseen by the regulatory bodies for the quality and assurance of the product. So we have an American-made product. Laminine is a very interesting product because what it essentially is a functional food. And as we all know, nutrition is the source that we all need to live. It's the fuel that we live on. Unfortunately, in today's world, all the food that we eat, we tend to saute it and grill it and fry it, and we do all these wonderful things to our food which really delight our palate, but it doesn't always provide our body what it truly needs.
The question, what is the effective ingredient in laminine? And the answer is that laminine is essentially a whole food. It is an extract from a 9-day fertilized avian egg or hen's egg. The hen has been raised pretty much in organic standards, so it's a good high-quality egg. They extract on the 9th day from this fertilized egg the white of the egg. The white of the egg contains important elements, including FibroBlast growth factor, as well as a range of 20 very important amino acids, the essential life function to support the chick that's going to be developing in that egg. So the egg is harvested on the 9th day. These factors are at their greatest concentration. The product is freeze-dried or lyophilized, meaning it's put into a powdered form without the application of heat. And because of that, these fragile proteins are not damaged or denatured.
And it's 20 amino acids. You need 22. So they've also brought an amino acid from the green pea and also one from fish to balance out. And you have both, in that case, all the essential and non-essential amino acids. And so it's a total protein building blocks with the laminine. And it's so important because when there's tissue damage or injury or overworkouts, the laminine really does rebuild the tissues. I had a patient recently that was getting very sore after workouts. He began on the laminine, and his recovery time is so much quicker.
Laminine isn't technically curing anything. What it's doing is it's getting your body back to a place to where it can help and repair itself. It's really simple. It's what's called an adaptogen.
Laminine treats the imbalances in our body. We've all heard the term homeostasis. We always want to be in balance. We don't want to work all the time, yet we don't want to sleep all the time either. There has to be a balance in nature and a balance within our bodies to achieve optimum health. And if you can get a balance there, then your body's going to be able to work at optimum levels. And in my opinion, that's what laminine does.
Laminine fills in the potholes of your road before you hit them, as opposed to the Western medicine way of doing things, where we tend to fill in the potholes of your road after you hit them. And therefore, it has a myriad of different effects on different people, aside from just raising your mood and lowering your anxiety.
What inspired me to take it was I have been depressed, clinically depressed, for many, many years. All the way back as a child, my dad said, "Son, you're just never happy. You're just never happy. No matter what I give you, a few minutes later, you're just never happy." And I have had an enormous roller coaster ride all my life. Clinically depressed. I've had a bipolar disorder and a compulsive disorder.
If you ask yourself, how can one thing help someone with low blood sugar and help at the other end of the spectrum? How can one thing help with someone who's having trouble sleeping, help you to sleep and still give you energy? How does that work, right? To ask rhetorically. Well, it's because of how laminine is doing. It's filling in those potholes. It's raising the good stuff and it's lowering the bad stuff in terms of equalizing or getting your body back to a place, what you probably heard the term homeostasis.
I take one a day. That's it. Just one. I took two at bedtime one night when I was feeling like I wasn't going to sleep very well. And that was the only time I've ever taken two. But I get great sleep, and I'm feeling wonderful. I've got a lot of energy.